So it's Clinton's last morning on the beach, so we came to watch the sunrise.
We have a dog and name him Goddard.
We spent the rest of the day cleaning up and getting prepared for our first road trip without the van. We were traveling all the way from South Florida up to upstate New York. Unfortunately, it wasn't for the best circumstances. It was for my grandmother's funeral, but we tried to make the best of it because I truly believe that's what she would have wanted. We got on the road really early, and after only a couple hours, we were in St. Augustine. So today we are at the Ponce de Leon Fountain of Youth Center. St. Augustine is one of the oldest cities in the United States. We all drank a ton of water from the Fountain of Youth, even Rory. She absolutely loved it. The awesome thing about the park is that dogs were allowed everywhere, even inside of the planetarium, which was a first for us.
This is what we know today.
We looked at a lot of remnants of Florida's past, including some really old Spanish boats and cannons. Pull the rope. Getting ready to do the cannon demonstration. There's even an archaeological dig on site. The University of Florida has uncovered some Indian remains and created an exhibit kind of explaining some of the history around them.
Oh, Rory, you having fun? Yeah, we're having fun. No, she didn't mind it.
We spent our remaining time stretching our legs out in the natural areas before exiting back through the gift shop. We decided to pop over to the dog beaches and have some lunch before fully getting back on the road. Before we knew it, we had made it to Georgia. We didn't end up stopping here for the night, but continued on to North Carolina.
Follow me to...
So, we just made it to Virginia. And Virginia's for lovers.
And
Fighters.
So, after 6 months in Florida, the first thing you do...
Find the moss and stand on it.
Okay, but it's starting to rain, so it might be time for us to head out of here and get back on the road. Before we knew it, we were dropping Clinton off in Maryland. And then the three of us were back on the road again en route to upstate New York. So we finally made it to New York State. We were about an hour or so away from our final destination, and then we'll check in with you there. Which was a bit of a lie. In truth, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed and needed some time just to kind of check in with myself and my family and really be present. We had a celebration of life for my grandma Stella and all told stories about her and said goodbye to a place we once called home. way back, we stopped to get some ice cream in Pennsylvania because you just can't go to that part of the country without some homemade ice cream. Then we stopped back in Maryland to spend some quality time with Dalton's brothers. Again, we got lots of ice cream here. Rory was absolutely loving all the pup cups this week. On the way home, we had to stop at a library, van lifestyle, so Kat could do a little bit of tutoring. And before we knew it, we were back in Florida again.
So I just got back from the trip up north and I've been working on the floor, adding a couple more support pieces, and I'm getting them wood glued in, so they're gonna take a couple hours to dry, especially if it's humid. And once those will dry, I will finish up the back of the floor and the framing, and then the framing will be complete, and then I will be on to the next layer of the subfloor, which will be a piece of plywood and foam insulation in between the framing. So that's exciting, and it's starting to really get done, which is good. So those are some boards that make up the framing to stretch around the wheel wells. And then we've got this piece to put in, this piece, and the framing around it.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to stay tuned for the next video, in which we will be installing our insulation and the last kind of final layer of plywood in the subfloor process. As always, thank you for watching. We know this was a bit of a different video in this series from us, but we really do appreciate your support, and we'll see you soon.